All right, it's drama in the morning, y'all, and I guess I don't want to make this too long, and plus, I fucking got COVID, so I don't want to start coughing and sneezing all over the fucking video. So, the reason why I want to go over this video that Deslinnick put up a few hours ago is because she's been saying a lot of things that are on my mind. I haven't really been speaking my mind in terms of LA much. But I've seen part of LA stream. I've seen well, I only watched a little bit of the Rumble, really. I don't, because honestly, man, I can't listen to Jamila all day fucking long. So, yeah, let's hear some of this.
First and foremost, I would like to say rest in peace to Hope. And I have seen other panels do a tribute in her behalf. I didn't want to jump on anyone else's panel. I want to remember her, the last conversation I had with her. And it's quite a few things I want to address. I want to address Pat, why she talk about how it was funny when LA roasted me. I went in there and I knew what he was going to do. I've been watching LA for years. I know how he moved. And I knew what he was going to do. The same way you went in his room and he got on you, I thought that was funny too. I don't take none of this personal. You know, it's all Rudolph the reindeer type of games with me. I always said I stood alone. I was a lone wolf. I knew LA would turn on me in a minute, but I still continue to go to work, make my money, pay my bills, plan for my debt. And one thing.
All right, this video kind of starts. I don't know. She was kind of muffling out a little bit in some of this video, but you knew LA was gonna come at you. I mean, well, we can't act like it wasn't without reason. I mean, you already talked about it too. You feel as though it's a cult. I'll go over some of these things.
Like I said about Hope, she had her stuff in order because she had always talked about how she paid for her plot. And that's the type of stuff I'm on. You know, life ain't promised to none of us. You know, this should be for shits and giggles. But y'all go outside of yourself. Y'all take stuff so personal. You know, I don't have that much hate for nobody. I ain't that unhappy in my life to where I want to see somebody else in pain.
I know, right?
And I'm not saying my life is all put together, but I ain't that miserable. So I just want to pick and fuck with people and try to make their life uncomfortable.
Yeah, and there's a lot of that. Now, I don't think LA said anything wrong in terms of Hope. Okay, now I don't really fuck with with Talia and Dust X. I don't feel as though they now I don't like what they did, but that's just my opinion. Whatever. We all know that's about jealousy. Let's be real. But LA was completely concrete about his relationship with Hope. He was completely honest. He was concrete about it. He was honest. And we know that Hope had her issues. Let's be real. Let's not sit up here and act like that. Like she was endearing, but it kind of worked against her. She should have never really been a part of this shit in this sector, to be honest with you. But anyhow.
So, you know, as far as LA, I think he tried to sacrifice me because he knew that tape was going to come out of him getting punked out in that store.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of one of the things I wanted to talk about. Now, that whole situation, and this is why I couldn't really be RGR. Not that I hate LA or want to see him dead or want to fuck with his family or none of that. No. Like, to me, it's not that serious. It's just, with me, it's more so, like, I know that I would have to pull him to the side one too many times as a friend and be like, yo, I don't think this is a good idea, man. I wouldn't do this. Like what you just mentioned. You know, you start roasting niggas in your own hood, talking shit and possibly getting yourself murked. I mean, I'm sorry, I couldn't really. Like in real life, a friend of mine wouldn't get himself in a situation like that. He wouldn't do something that stupid. I couldn't get down with that. I'm sorry. Just like the dark side, who he talks about, they wouldn't do something that stupid. I'm sorry. I just couldn't. Some of the things he does is I just be scratching my head about like, probably a stupid idea. I probably wouldn't do that. But
He wants to use me for content, and I ain't gonna be nobody's content, because I can always strike up a live and say what I want to say on my own channel.
but he is right about one thing. Let's be real. You nor any of those trolls, whatever content creators, up until you left him. No, that's true. He said that, and yeah, that is true, man. I don't think that's really a big deal per se. Well, it kind of is in a way, but.
And he wanted me to run to the dark side so he can say, look at her, see, I heard her feeling shit over there on the dark side. I wasn't gonna do that neither, because that's what he want to do. He's trying to get content anywhere he can, and I understand that that's politics. But you ain't gonna use me unless I want to be used.
It's politics, but it's politics to a fault. In his case, because I mean, well, this is not the first time I've heard somebody say that they left him because they feel as though he is a cult. He has a cult following. I don't know. I guess you can kind of say that. Like I said, I think it's more so like. Okay, another thing that's off about RGR that you wouldn't see the dark side do. Is like how should I put it? Like for example, he complains about the dark side being full of dick suckers, right? You should go to the dark side because since you're gonna be you a dark side dick sucker now. The funny thing is, Jamila is literally a dark side dick sucker. She literally sucked off the ops. And when I think of the dark side is not going to ever forget that. And the dark side does is it reminds me of Arya. If y'all remember, I had a beef with the BOI sector, Blood Over Intent sector. One thing I learned from Arya is never put yourself in a situation to be friend zoned. Okay? Now we know the whole teaming up with Jamila and LA is all about her being a scoring bitch over Mike Mills. Let's be real. And this is something that Arya has never tolerated. Anybody that was cool with me or anybody from his camp that became cool with me, he like, you take your ass over there then. But that not only goes for people that was once cool with Arya though. Because I guess LA did that with Des Lunick. The problem is, if you are literally sucking off the dark side, Arya would definitely, or the other side, Arya would definitely have a problem with that. Arya didn't use Joanne to get at me because he didn't like me. And the reason why is because she was being a scoring bitch towards me. She became cool with me. And then when she tried to run back to Arya because, you know, I've made it clear that I don't have sexual feelings towards Joanne. Arya's like, no. This is the same bitch, you know, who became cool with Miko Savage. He wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna be cool with Joanne to get at Miko. No, Arya was like, fuck that bitch. Because you being mad at him don't change the fact that you got feelings for him. So if you be cool with me, I'm just gonna be in the friend zone. But really, you desire Miko. Whereas LA is setting himself up to be friend zone. Even if, let's say they actually hooked up, him and Jamila hooked up, that whole relationship or hookup is going to be all about her being a scorn bitch towards Mike Mills. Ultimately, she wants Mike Mills. She been got a whole tattoo of this nigga, ate this nigga's ass, drunk his piss. I'm sorry, I gotta agree with Arya and the dark side. I'm like, nah. I could never really fuck with you like that. And then he ignores the fact that she's completely mentally ill. You gotta be honest. Even if you don't hate Jamila, you gotta be honest, man. She's off, man. She's off her rocker. And LA, who claims to be the smartest one in the room, why would you, as smart as you're supposed to be, why would you want somebody that dumb around you? Yeah, this is how I've been feeling since day one. This is how I've been feeling about this shit. That's all like, you know what? Whatever, man. He's just gonna say I'm a dark side dick sucker anyway. He not gonna really understand where I'm coming from. When I made that video at Popeyes, I spoke my mind. I'm like, you gonna get yourself killed, man. You keep talking about niggas in your hood and beefing with you, like, keep your beefs within the fucking sector, bro. But no, he wanna talk shit about niggas in his own hood. They probably got fucking, who knows who they connected to. The fact that those Mike and that other nigga pulled up on you like that without your knowledge, caught you off guard. Imagine what they could have done. I'm just saying, man. That's just me. I would have to pull LA to the side too many times, man. This is why I can't really fuck with him like that, man. He don't stay on code. And when you don't stay on code, you end up getting friend zone and played. So yeah, y'all. Peace out.